Hey guys, and welcome to this in-between episode of Digital Classroom. And we're dual streaming at the moment between Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Now we did have some false starts, and that's because I think Facebook and YouTube are still changing that whole credential stuff. So where we were used to making a credential a few minutes before the broadcast, we actually have to do it now right before, otherwise I get connection errors. So today we're going to talk about, well, the Apple Notebook. But first, of course, let's start our trailer. And we have all our chat rooms open. So if you have any questions or if you have any comments, please leave them on the YouTube chat. That's no problem at all. And Anna-Week is actually monitoring at the moment Facebook. So let's start our bumper. And then I will be back talking about the MacBook Pro and answering questions if you have any. Okay, hey guys, so welcome back. A while ago I was sitting on the couch waiting for Apple to change the world, because they actually told us they're gonna change the world in mobile computing. And let's be honest, over the years I've used MacBook Pros, and a week I've used MacBook Pros, and they're absolutely awesome. It's a machine that I totally trust. It's a machine that I have no problems with as soon as I'm on location. It doesn't matter what weather it is. We've used it in Finland, we've used it in Dubai in the desert, we've used it in California in the blistering heat, in Florida with high humidity. The machines just work. And the cool thing was that if you forgot something, there's always another instructor with a MacBook Pro, because hey, everybody uses them, right? So when Apple announced that they were gonna revolutionize the world for mobile computing, I was just sitting on the edge of my seat, weren't we, Anna-Week? We were in total because this is Apple. Now, the day before, Microsoft announced the Surface. Now, I tested some of their Surface Pros in the past, and they're absolutely awesome. They were just not for me. And I like the idea of having a touch display, being able to retouch on the display, and I absolutely love it. I use a Cintiq, so wow, that's awesome. The thing was that the battery life was short. I didn't like the real estate that much, so if I have Photoshop running, I only had a little piece of material left to retouch. And in all honesty, as soon as I made Photoshop smaller, I couldn't see the menus anymore. So I needed something a little bit bigger. But the day before the Apple announcement, Microsoft just blew my mind with their Surface system. It's a huge display, you can tilt it, well, you probably saw it, it's amazing. The thing is, and you see that in a lot of reviews now, it's not there yet. So it's a cool display. I think it's aimed at photographers that are not yet professional, so who need a perfect workflow, but the photographers that start out. And let's be honest, for about 3,000–4,000 euros, you actually get something that can replace a very powerful PC and a Cintiq. So that's not a bad deal, right? Because the Cintiqs, they retail the 27 inches, they're about 2,000 euros. Add 1,000 more and you have everything complete. The thing is that I also love to draw, and with the stylus from Microsoft, I always found there's some jitter in the images, so in lines, and it registers just before it hits the glass. But really, I kid you not, it looks absolutely amazing. So when Apple started, I was sitting, having popcorn, and just waiting. And it was actually all that happened. We were just waiting. We were waiting for a revolution. And what did we get? An amazing notebook with a touch strip. And I was very critical online about losing the ports, about losing a lot of the other stuff, but a lot of people are bashing the new MacBook, and I think that's not correct. So I wanted to do that in this episode, just talk about it and maybe also get some input from you guys later or during the broadcast. Now, why was I disappointed? It was not because there was a touch strip there, because that looks pretty awesome. And we actually ordered a 13.3 inch for Anna-Week for her video editing. The reason I was disappointed is they promise a revolution. And when you see what Microsoft is doing, and Wacom is now actually also releasing their Mobile Studio Pro, more about that in a minute, I expected something that interacted with my display in combination of, for example, the awesome Apple Pencil, because as soon as the iPad Pro was released, I got one with the Apple Pencil. Now talk about launching a product that really works. It's awesome. You can draw lines, and it's, for me, the best drawing experience I ever had next to the Cintiq. So that was very cool. So I expected something like that. Now, I know Apple is not big for touch displays, and I understand. That's something I can live with. And as soon as I saw that huge trackpad, I was going like, oh yeah, this is it. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Now, they're going to pick up an Apple Pencil and they're going to draw on the trackpad. That will be enough for me. That would be awesome because, let's be honest, if we travel, we have this MacBook Pro with us, we have a Wacom with us, and a pen. I would so much love to have just one laptop. So in the field, if somebody asks me like, okay, Frank, can you show us a little bit of a retouch tip? I can just pick up my Apple Pencil, draw on the trackpad, and just show them what we can do in Photoshop. I don't need a Cintiq experience on the road. I need something where I can retouch really fast. So what did we get? We got an amazing new laptop, which is a little bit thinner, which is a little bit lighter. All very great. Great display, and without a doubt, a great laptop. The thing I was not so happy about was losing all the ports for USB-C. But hey guys, this is where the future is going. And a lot of the reviews online are bashing Apple, I think, for the wrong reasons. If you're not retouching, if you're not using a Wacom Cintiq or a Wacom tablet, there's not much fault at the new laptop. Of course, it's USB-C, but in the future everything will be USB-C, so why not? Of course, I'm angry too, because Apple promised, I think, 2 years ago that everything would be Thunderbolt. Buy everything Thunderbolt, this is the future, and you will never have to worry again. So our whole studio is Thunderbolt, and now we can go to Thunderbolt 3, but hey, you know, that's progress. So it's a little bit smaller, it's a little bit lighter, but in the end it ends up in the same bag from a professional. So I'm not going to buy a new bag because my laptop is a little bit lighter. The thing is, we have to use a lot of dongles. And Annemiek actually ordered a small hub. What's the name of the hub again, Annemiek? Arc Hub. So it's going to be released, and that's the other problem, in February, so let's say March. So up until then we have to use the Apple dongles. Again, not a real big problem because you just connect it to the cable, connect it to the laptop, and it's okay. But I do want to show you something, and I'm going to switch to the other camera now. This is my setup, and this is what most professionals will use. So we have our laptop here, the MacBook Pro. We have HDMI connected for the monitor, so that would be a dongle. And we have Thunderbolt here, which is actually connected to a cold digit unit, which could actually be, for example, that Arc Hub. So we're already using a hub. And why are we using a hub? Because I use another Thunderbolt, I use USB, I use network cable, I use a headphone plug from that side, so I can get all my audio in from the cold digit. And I just want one cable to my MacBook Pro. So that's not the real problem. The real problem, however, is this one. This is a MagSafe adapter. This one saved my life a million times. Because if somebody hits it, it will simply come loose. So it's very simple, it comes loose and you connect it again. With the new USB-C, if something like that will happen, your laptop will break down. And of course you can buy a connector, and we're gonna buy one that's emulating the MagSafe, but it's another connector, and I'm so afraid we're gonna lose those connectors. The other thing is, and this is also something that frustrated me a little bit. You see this? This is the power block. And you see this? This is the cable that I really, really need, because as a professional, I'm not sitting next to a power outlet when I'm working in the field. Often my computer is on a desk, we have projectors connected, we have displays connected, and I need a longer power cable. You can buy one, and that's a little bit the problem I do have with Apple. You can buy one. So you can buy dongles, you can buy a power cable, you can buy a hub, and actually you're spending about 3,000 euros on a laptop, and you have to buy 500 euros of extra equipment. And this is getting a little bit ridiculous. So that's my problem I have with Apple at the moment. The laptop itself, absolutely awesome. Annemiek ordered one. It will be in tomorrow or today, and we're gonna do a small review on it, of course. Gonna show you guys live what we think about it. And I already know it's gonna be awesome. But for the retouches, I just expected more. And this is where the other stuff comes in, Wacom. Now, as you know, as soon as I switched to the Cintiq, I really got very enthusiastic about it. I just love the way that it interacts. So in my mind, some things changed. So I was used to an Intuos tablet, retouching on the tablet and doing all my stuff like that and bringing it with me on travels. As soon as I started working with the Cintiq, somehow in your mind stuff starts to change and you want to go to that Cintiq experience also on the road because it's a really cool experience. And the iPad has some options like Duet or AstroPad that works really well, but it's not perfect. So Wacom recently released their Mobile Studio Pro in a 13.3 inch and a 15.6. So let's call it a 13 inch and a 16 inch. They're full-blown, very powerful Windows machines, and they have the Wacom digitizers. And all the videos I've seen now, they're really nice, handy, they're compact, and they're lightweight. So for me, I never thought I would say this, I will order one of the 16 inches as it looks now. So I'm still gonna try the 13 inch and the 16 inch next to each other to see if the 16 inch isn't too big. On the other hand, I travel with a 15 inch MacBook. So I think it will be the 16 inch. And I just hope that Apple will, of course, update also their Mac Pro, because at the moment the Mac Pro is fast enough. And this is what a lot of people are begging about at the moment online. And for me, it doesn't make any sense to bash a company if it isn't reasonable. And I think their Mac Pro at the moment is just absolutely awesome because it works. It's a real killer machine. We added multicam 4K without any problems. It renders really fast. Photoshop goes like crazy, even with 100 megapixel files. So let's say in another 2 years, we really need to update. And I just hope that Apple does it by then. So let's see if we have any questions. Now the chat on YouTube is empty, and that's probably okay because we are in a weird time slot at the moment and we didn't announce this one. Anyway, do we have any questions on Facebook?
Yes, Sonja is telling us the sound and audio are not in sync.
Okay, so on Facebook, the sound and audio are not in sync. This is something we are working on. It should be absolutely in sync. So we're going to check this as soon as we're done. But we are playing around with some settings. So it could be that on Facebook it walks a little bit behind. But actually the audio and video are coming in at the same time. So there should be no delay. So maybe a refresh. Any other questions?
This is a very long question from Ian Roy. It's about DxO and alien skin.
Okay, let me read that one then. So we have a longer question here. Good morning, Frank. I have a question in relation to processing, specifically with DxO Film Pack. I'm just about to purchase this. Will your presets run on this version? And if you have any time, could you talk me through your setup for alien skin and the presets that you use? I'm running a demo from the software at that moment. Okay, DxO Film Pack is absolutely awesome. My presets will work in 5, of course, because they're always updated. I have to be honest that since Alien Skin released their version X, I'm switching between the two. I still think that DxO has a more natural look, more like graduated, and I hope I pronounced that correctly, but it looks more organic. Alien Skin, however, has so many more options that I find myself, if I really have a preset that I like, I will go to DxO. If I need to create something new, I'm more and more leaning towards Alien Skin Exposure X2. But, you know, it's very personal. Just look what fits in your workflow. If you use the absolutely amazing DxO optics, go for Film Pack because they integrate really nice and you can do it straight out of Lightroom. If you are more a retoucher that goes into Photoshop and you want that organic feel, without any doubt, go for Film Pack. If you want more funky looks and want to play around a little bit more, then I think Alien Skin Exposure X2 is just absolutely stunning at the moment. So that's, and I have presets for both. So you can use the presets on both versions. And if your presets don't work, don't worry, we'll help you out and we'll make sure that those presets work. The only problem is the real older versions we can't support anymore because we always update our presets and we save the ones from 1 or 2 versions before, but they do change. So for the newer versions, don't worry, we'll get you up and running without any doubt. Even if you have all the presets, just email me and we'll send you the new ones. Any more questions, Annemiek, or remarks? No? Okay, so this is it for the test. We're gonna check now on YouTube if audio and video is okay. And then on Wednesday night, we have a really cool broadcast for X-Rite or DxO, yes, X-Rite. So, and that's gonna be absolutely awesome because we're gonna talk about, I'm not gonna tell you yet, because you have to watch. And it's free, of course. Oh, and by the way, on February, we have our new Ultimate Weekend. And look what we got in. We're gonna give 2 of these away to guys that visit our Ultimate Weekend. So head on over to my website, www.frankdoorhof.com. Let me see if we have something here that you can see. Yes, over here. And this is actually the video page where you can get all our instructional videos, all the stuff that we do and record, because Digital Classroom is cool, but our videos are way better, of course. And by the way, if you want to know about the presets, here we go. So we also have a page for the presets, as you can see here. Ooh, that's weird because I see myself on the screen. I'm doing everything by myself at the moment, switching and everything, and that works really well thanks to the Roland we have. So I now have hard buttons which I can actually feel. So I can now switch between cameras without even looking, as you can see here. Oops. And sometimes I choose the wrong camera, of course. That can happen. Okay, and for people who really need something and you watch this on Facebook, go to our YouTube channel and subscribe. Really appreciate that. So thank you so very much for watching. If there are no more questions, we'll end this broadcast and check our quality. And we'll see you on Wednesday. And of course, check out the website for our digital, not our Digital Classroom, of course, our Ultimate Weekend. It's a 2-day workshop, jam-packed with information from A to Z. We do everything, business tips, retouching, lighting, duo shots, inside, outside, styling. Nadine is there. We have another model. We have a male model. We do cosplay. We do smoke, gels, loom cubes, constant lighting, small sets, big sets. And we have a great dinner at night with the team. And this year, or next year, of course, because it's in February, we're even going to pay for your hotel. So one night in a hotel is on us. It's our gift to you. And we have way more goodies coming in. We have stuff from MacFun. We have stuff from Alien Skin. My good friend Scott Kelby is going to send over some books for the attendees. We have the Loom Cubes. And we're still working on more goodies for you guys. But that's only for that Ultimate Weekend, because that one is special. So make sure you register. And we have an early bird at the moment. So make sure you check it out on www.frankdoorhof.com. Thank you so very much for watching, guys. And Anouk says hi, and I say, oh, you have another question? Or?
Yes, say hi to Michel.
Ah, say hi to Michel, Maat. Hello, Michel, Maat. So, how are you, guy? Oh, by the way, on, when is that? December 19th?
December 16th.
December 16th, we'll have a live broadcast in Dutch. So, that's my native tongue. I won't talk Dutch now, because then you go like, what the hell is he talking about? It looks really weird. And then you think we have an audio sync problem. So, and then we do a live broadcast from our studio with Michel and Johnny, a really good friend of us, really, really good photographer and travels around the world. And we're going to do an interview in Dutch about our work. It's a 2-hour broadcast, so that's going to be freaking awesome. So make sure you check that out too. So thank you so very much for watching, guys. This was a 2-camera deal. And more testing out what we can do, but we still want to make it interesting for you guys. So thank you so very much. No more questions, Anouk?
No.
Then there we go offline, and thank you very much, guys.